Hello guys, welcome to another video of Bitcoin. Today we are gonna talk about Bitcoin, of course, in general, because we have other weekly candle about to close in the next 12 hours. So actually, I'm gonna take a little bit time to talk about this indicator I developed in 2018. It's a ranging indicator. Actually, is very powerful, I will say. I am not using it as my main tool, but because I know some users, some members, they are using this indicator, I want to explain a little bit more how to use it. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the weekly chart. Weekly chart, as you can see now, we are more sideways, right? So the interesting thing here, we have the candle closing a 5-day chart. The 5-day chart actually is closing actually good. I mean, the momentum is to the upside, of course. Technically speaking, I should be bullish on this in 5-day chart, but remember, 5-day chart is for maybe 1 month or two. So it's gonna take time. As you can see right now, any close now it's more obvious the areas like Bitcoin is defending. Any close below $60,000, 800, 500, I would say $60,000. Yeah. I will expect other tests to the lower range, the lower area, like 50, 57, 58, 6, around here, using just price action. Any close below there. In 1 day time frame, maybe 12 hour, I will expect something like this. This is just indecision, of course. Something else is like, I don't like this price action. As you can see here, I don't like this. And the reason is because this is a theory, okay, I have. And looks like this is more like when you see these yellow bars, yellow purple bars, that means the volume is not following the price. In 5-day chart, we can see this signature as well. So usually when you see this kind of thing, you will see a pullback. Of course, as I said, technically speaking, I'm bullish on Bitcoin as long we are still closing. Well, Bitcoin is closing candles above $60,000. As long Bitcoin is closing there, totally fine. So in the next candle, weekly candle, if any close above $61,000, $60,000, yeah, I would expect maybe other week of sideways. But something interesting is happening right now. In 1-day chart, the volatility is in zero rate. So what does that mean? Bitcoin is getting ready for other move to the upside or downside. Who knows? Remember, this every time when we see this kind of dots here, the blue dots, that means the volatility is contracted. So now I did some modifications to my indicator. My main indicator is this one, as you already know. Usually I was using the value of 10 or 9 here, as you can see here. Yeah, but based on the back testing actually I did this weekend, and I found like the values are actually is more reliable, this indicator, if I change the value to 25. So yeah, I'm testing right now this. So with the value 25, that means there are less fake signals. Less fake signals. So you are thinking in this way is like if I was using 10, now you're using the double time. I mean, so that means 1-day chart is gonna be around 2 weeks instead of 10 weeks like before. Okay, so in this case, if you want to know what is gonna happen like in the next move, I will suggest thinking like, okay, 12 hour is gonna be the best time frame right now. We are using 25 to start thinking what is gonna happen in the next 10 days, in the next week. Yeah. So as you can see here, we have a signature here. Is you are watching my live streams here. We know here we have range or falling, right? Always we are gonna keep it. We are gonna speculate in the same way. So Bitcoin is easy, like can come here to MA55. Actually is testing MA55 here in the lows in 12 hour, as you can see here. And it can go lower, higher, a little bit higher. But as long we have this signature here, I am not expecting new highs. If we see other high here, it's gonna be a reaction. Honestly, I am expecting something like that. When I'm gonna be bullish again on Bitcoin is very easy. If next week we see Bitcoin respecting this area, all this area between $60,000 and 63, 64, yeah, and it's not breaking, and in this time frame, because we are using different values right now, is 25. I will say if Bitcoin is touching the zero line here, and is respecting this, the MA55, I will say Bitcoin is going to the upside, ready for breakout. Yeah. So the only thing is concerning for me now is Bitcoin in 1-day chart. In 1-day chart now it's more obvious. Let me I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show you something. Because remember, we are using now the value of 25. So that means usually my technical analysis for 1-day time frame is 10 days. Now is 2 weeks. I mean, like more than almost 15 days maximum, I guess. Yeah. So if you see here, let me show you here. If you see here, every time when we see the signature, historically speaking, we have a pullback to the MA55. Every time when we have this, we have a pullback to MA55. Let me okay, nice. Okay, I think you can see better now. Right now. Every time when we have this signature here, very close to MA55, and again, and one day where you're gonna see a breakdown, right? So we see here the signature here. What happened after 1 week or a few days? Test to the MA55. So now we have the same signature here. Okay, so if we apply the same logic in here, well, we have range or falling, right? This is sideways. So what does that mean? I am expecting maybe in the next week we are gonna see a pullback to $56,000, $58,000 based on this. Of course, the trend is your friend, but based on this, the last buy signal was in October. Now, after 1 month, we have sell or range signal, and we have a bear divergences here confirmed here. So Bitcoin, the best thing can do is holding $56,000. Simple. That's it. Of course, I will be very bullish. Well, not in short-term bullish, of course, yes. If, as I said, in 12 hours, in the next 48 hours, I can see Bitcoin testing the zero line, and it's not crashing, it's not breaking $60,000. As you can see, $60,000 right now is a pivot, very important pivot in MA55 because 12 hour is there. The MA55 12 hour is there. So as long as this is not breaking in the next 48 hours, I am bullish, and we will see maybe $70,000, yeah, by the end of this month. But now, based on 1 day, of course not. Now let's talk about more bigger time frames. With these new settings, we have something very important here. In weekly chart, we have range or signal in weekly chart, right? Every time when we see this, we need to respect, right? So what is going to happen here? Every time when we see this kind of signatures, excepting just one time, is this one. Yeah, one time is this one. Bitcoin, instead of crashing, it was going to. So I really hope so. I really want to see Bitcoin doing something like this, right? Breaking the previous high, and next month, I am expecting maybe next month, we will see parabolic move again. If we see the yellow bar again here, the yellow cloud again, in the next close, maybe in the next 12 hours, I am gonna be super bullish, and I will say maybe Bitcoin will do something like this, and we will see a parabolic move maybe to $70,000, $80,000. But step by step. For now, we have range or falling, and as I said, because I changed the time frame, I mean my system to 25 instead of 10. If I change originally here, we know we have bear divergences forming here. It's still in progress. So because of this, I'm gonna change to other time frame. I wanna see what is happening in other time frames with 25. Remember, let's take signals. 2-day chart is still bullish. Yeah, it's still bullish. As you can see here, the momentum is to the upside. Volatility is contracting. So I will say Bitcoin is gonna be more in sideways. If we see the pullback in 1-day chart, actually, to be honest, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a buy. I'm not a financial advisor, but I will say it's gonna be a very good opportunity to buy according to this. It was 3-day chart, it's still bullish, as you can see here. It's still very bullish. Yeah, the momentum. Yeah. And 5-day chart is still bullish, as you can see. So based on this, using the new settings, I am expecting pullback in 1-day chart, yes, but I will say this pullback is gonna be, well, healthy pullback. Also, one thing, one person asked me, when you are gonna get bearish again? I mean, like bearish, like really potential reversal. It's simple. If we see $56,000 breaking this area, 57, 56, breaking down, broken actually, I will say in 1-day chart we are gonna enter in well, reversal, potential reversal. If you want to see weekly reversal, of course, to call out the next bear market is simple. $44,000 should break. If you see weekly chart breaking $44,000, potentially we will see finally the end of the bull market. But honestly, I don't think so. Based on the new settings and these kind of things, no. Honestly, I think just is a pullback. For now, Bitcoin is bullish, and I am expecting, as long Bitcoin has said, let me repeat again, last time, as long Bitcoin is respecting $60,000 right now, I mean next week, in the next 48 hours, I'm expecting a breakout to the upside. I'm gonna be very transparent with you. I am in short position right now. I am around $61,000. Why? Because I can see this. I am watching this. Bear divergences in 1-day chart. Yeah. Always I'm gonna respect this signature. And also we have yellow bar. You know what does that mean? Big move is coming, of course, according to the volatility. Yeah, I agree. And also, because I know the accuracy of this indicator, or my system, sorry, when we have this, at least we have a pullback to the MA55 1-day chart. So I'm saying, like, potentially, I'm speculating in the short term, we are gonna see this pullback. So my trade is from here to this point. That's it. Of course, if I see breaking down here, I'm gonna be very happy, right? But level by level. In the long term, I'm bullish. Yes, as long Bitcoin is above, super bullish, above $60,000 at least. Conservative bullish, 56, bearish 55, breaking 56, weekly reversal $44,000. Okay. Now let me show you something. In this indicator, I added a new feature. I added this. Let me show you here. Now we can use in this indicator a symbol. In this video, I want to show you the correlation between USDT dominance and Bitcoin. It's impressive. Let me show you here. If you watch my previous videos about this, or you are in my group, you know about this. But, well, I don't know why YouTubers, they don't talk about these kind of things, but well, never mind. This is USDT dominance, and this is Bitcoin. Okay. So when we have here bearish sell signal, range of selling on USDT, we have the opposite on Bitcoin. As you can see here, this is falling on range, and Bitcoin is crashing, of course, but finally is consolidating. Why? Because this one is not bullish anymore. We know this is a range or falling, right? So Bitcoin is doing a bullish divergences here, all this point, and in the moment when this one is almost reaching the zero line, Bitcoin same, and is breaking. One is breaking up, another one is breaking down. Yeah. And now let me show you I think it's better if I show you in bigger time frames. Let me see, maybe 3-day chart. 3-day chart is gonna be more interesting. Yeah, look at this. The history of USDT dominance is in 2019, so around here. Sell signal for USDT dominance, buy signal for Bitcoin. Here, buy signal for USDT, sell signal for Bitcoin. So upside and USDT downside. Buy signal for USDT, yeah, and mega crash for Bitcoin. Buy signal for USDT, and in this case actually is the only. Let me see. Sorry, the sell signal from here to here. Let me remove this. Yeah, from here to here. It was from here to here buy signal Bitcoin, and after that we see a bounce in USDT dominance, crash for Bitcoin, as you can see here. Yeah, we have buy signal on Bitcoin, and finally we see the slope after 1 month of Bitcoin dominance or USDT dominance. And what happened here? Remember, range or signal or falling, right? So we have a range. Yeah, and also when we have other buy signal here for USDT, more range. Yeah, in this case, when we have here the sell signal for USDT, we have a buy signal for Bitcoin. And what happened after that? Massive rally to the upside. Yeah, and now we have buy signal here, and this is the top of the rally of Bitcoin, as you can see here. And now we have here in 3-day chart, we have here sell signal again for USD dollar, buy signal for Bitcoin at $40,000, and from there we are actually still going to the upside. The concerning thing here is this one. I'm gonna split my screen in 2 screens, okay? I'm gonna remove this one. Well, I'm gonna do this, okay? And I'm gonna split my screen in 2 parts. Now, left side I have Bitcoin and 1-day chart, and right side I will put USDT dominance. Okay, now you can see here volume profile, and look at this. What is this? You know what? You know my system, of course. You know this is a bullish divergences here forming in the lows, right? Here, easily tomorrow, next 2-3 days, this coin, the Bitcoin dominance can drop a little bit more, but I am expecting a big bounce from here, a big bounce. So what does that mean? Well, if that happened to USDT dominance, you know what is going to happen for Bitcoin? Well, massive drop. Yeah, actually, this is the strongest reason why I'm short right now Bitcoin, because as I showed you before, I proved you this correlationship between USD dominance and Bitcoin, right? So also I see bear divergences here. Look at this. I see bear divergences here in Bitcoin, and I see bullish divergence in Bitcoin dominance in USD dominance. So that's why I'm thinking, okay, many people, they are calling for $80,000, $90,000 right now. Well, I think this is time for me following my system. I don't care the news. I can see some signals like maybe, potentially, we will see this pullback. How ugly it's gonna be, I don't know. For now, the only target I have right now is $56,000, $57,000 around this area. It can happen. Of course, I will be very happy to take my loss, because if Bitcoin next week comes to maybe 50, 64, 65, I will take my loss, of course, because this is a swing trade. This is a swing trade. Happy, why? Because I'm going to learn, right? We learn from our losses more than our success. Simple. Okay, so this is my technical analysis for Bitcoin. And let me show you something else. If we see weekly chart here, why Bitcoin raised up super hard is because massive bear divergences here in weekly chart for USDT dominance, as you can see here. This is the same setup I am looking for Bitcoin. It's exactly the same setup I'm looking for Bitcoin. Why? Because in weekly chart, well, in this case, we don't have it here, but we have it maybe in, let me see, here. In 5-day chart. No, in 3-day chart is better. Yeah, here. Remember, I move, well, let me change here because I'm going to change the settings here to 10. And you will see what I'm talking about. Weekly chart, here. As you can see here, I am speculating since I am telling you the same thing, always, right? Same bear divergences here. In weekly chart for Bitcoin, right? So the UC is quite similar, right? So what is going to happen? Bitcoin maybe is going to try again, maybe a little bit higher, maybe in December, I don't know. And from there, I am expecting to see something like this. The reason for this, I am not expecting right now the pullback, is because I want to see Bitcoin dominance testing the zero line. So that is going to happen maybe in December or January, around there. Around Christmas, I am expecting to see something like this. Let me change the settings here. Maybe I can see something better. Well, it's even worse. I think it's going to be sooner, very soon, maybe next month, in December, we will see this. Why? Because, as you can see here, if this USD dominance comes to here and testing the previous low here, with these massive bullish divergences here, we are going to have the same signature, right? Bearish divergences in USDT, in Bitcoin, and bullish divergences here in USDT. The only thing I'm sure is, like, I'm going to tell you something. I've been telling you this since maybe last month. Be careful with your trades. Be careful. It's very good you are making money if you are making money with NFTs or whatever. But don't get too greedy, because as you can see, I am telling you something like it's gonna happen in the long term. Okay, my expectation for this is gonna be in December, in January. Well, welcome to the new bear market, and the new bear market for me is gonna be different. The bear market for 2007 and the next bear market here around this area, I think it's gonna be overextended. Yeah, overextended, but it's my personal opinion. Okay, so let's talk about the next part of this live stream. This video. In this video, okay, let me show you here. One moment. Okay, 25. Okay. Now in this video, I'm gonna use an indicator like long time I don't use, but it's very good to know, like, to see a different perspective. Okay. Regine, I developed this indicator in 2018 based on volume. Okay, based on volume, Bollinger Bands with volume and other stuff. Okay, so in the long term, as my system, Regine will tell you can search divergences, of course, and it's for trending reversals. Yeah. Why I stopped using this one is because there are some fake signals in this kind of signatures. It's quite difficult to understand this because there are many slopes like this. I prefer this because it's more soft, less fake signals. I prefer this one, but as I said, it's good to see other indicators to understand what is going to happen right now. Okay, let's start with 1-day chart. 1-day chart, well, it's easy. Regime is the same as my system here. Is as long the volume here, because this volume is below zero, technically speaking, is bearish. Okay, you cannot be bullish if you see this. Okay, so if we are using Regime in this for Bitcoin right now, here, Bitcoin is going to the upside, but you see, Regime is telling you, well, the volume is not following. It's not following the price. Same here. The volume is not following the price. Here is the momentum. The volume is not following the price. Yeah. So all these kind of things, okay, it's good. You are making money, yes, but be careful. Careful. Why? Because in any moment you will see a massive drop. And after that, maybe 1 month, what happened? This drop. We saw this drop, right? Look at this. Yeah. So How to use this indicator is easy. First of all, above 0, bullish, below 0, bearish. And also we have the moving average. Usually the default settings is like 12, I think, but I changed to 21. Why? Because I'm trying to remove the noise and remove some fake signals. So when you see the purple line here, the purple line, that means the volume is increasing, and also that means the sell pressure is decreasing also. For example, here, Bitcoin is crashing, but you see the purple. So that means potentially, finally, Bitcoin is gonna stop dropping. Yeah. So after you see, usually when the volume is testing the 0 line, you will see a reaction. For example, here you see Bitcoin this time was at $39,000. For a long time was a strong resistance. Yeah. For example, here, let me show you. Here is testing the MA55 around almost MA55, $40,000, and testing the 0 line usually is rejection. Yeah, when it's bearish. Okay. So every time when you see testing the MA here in volume, the exponential moving average here, usually is when you want to enter in long position. Why? Big or play the bounce. Why? Because usually is acting as support, dynamic support. And again, when it's testing here, well, in this case MA55. But look at this; it's very obvious here in this with this indicator that even before of this one, is telling you, hey, Bitcoin is dropping, but the volume is positive. You know what does that mean? Well, people are buying. Okay, remember what I told you. Price action, yes, whales on this or market makers, they can manipulate the price action, but they cannot manipulate the volume. So you want to see what market makers they are doing. Watch the volume. You need to understand the volume, and it's something like many traders, they don't care about it. They care about the RSI, the MACD, these kind of things, but they don't care about the volume. So look at this. You can see, okay, Bitcoin is crashing. We have buy signal here. You want to combine here. I don't recommend you because it's a little bit complex, but you can do it. And it's bullish divergence here. The volume is positive. There is a very high probability you can enter in long. It's very simple. In the moment when you have here is positive and you are the volume is breaking the MA, well, potential buy signal here, or the pullback here, and testing the pullback here, MA55 and to the upside, as you can see here. Now, the opposite. Again, volume is very important for the price. If you don't see volume, well, be careful. Here, all this area, from this area, you see, what is this? Bear divergences. Yeah, from this point and this point. So what does that mean? Well, the volume is not following the price again. This is the price, this is the volume. In the moment when you see is breaking the 0 line, here, what happened? Massive rejection to the MA55. In this case, we know in the system we are using in this live stream, my system, range or falling, that means. And after that, when you see again the volume recovering here, well, what happened here? We have potential buy signal here and to the upside. And now what is happening right now? Okay. Finally, you understand in general, in the big picture, what is happening with how to read this indicator. Actually, it's quite easy. Now Bitcoin lost the momentum, right, in volume. So whatever is doing Bitcoin right now here, volume is not following. Simple. That simple. Okay. Using region, if I don't see the purple color here, I mean the slope here getting purple, that means, well, people are not buying. Actually, they are selling. So this is a potential first warning. Like market makers, they know people are bullish and they are buying again $65,000 because this time to the moon, right? This time to 100K. Yeah. Usually it's opposite. Usually market makers, I notice many bullish out there, newbies. They will crash the coin, the Bitcoin, and after that, when again, oh my God, reversal, whatever, they will push the price to the upside. is my guess based on my experience. Okay, so we have two indicators. It's telling me, my system is telling me here range are falling and the volume is not following. So we have two indicators, like potentially they are telling me the same thing, similar things. Now let's talk about weekly chart. Weekly chart, why I'm bullish on Bitcoin based on this is because finally, even in this level, Bitcoin is getting momentum. It's getting momentum. As long the volume is above the MA in this area, well, Bitcoin, technically speaking, it could crash even to maybe $48,000. It's still bullish. Yeah. So the point is, you must see always the volume. When I using Regen, actually I did it in 2019, around here. Yes, in this crash. I did it here, I remember, yeah, in 2018. I was using Regen. Regen was my main indicator in this area. Regen was my main indicator. Usually when you want to see maybe potentially the top of the bull market is when you see the volume trying to break the zero line here and you see rejection. I have no idea about the price. Maybe Bitcoin is going to be around $80,000, whatever, and we will see a rejection potentially. Okay, so this is in general how to use Regen. General, of course, you can see vertical ranges here. For example, here we have this top, yeah, from here and this. The volume is just almost nothing. In the moment when it's crossing the zero line, pay attention of this. Even before of the price crashing, the volume is negative here in weekly chart. So what does that mean? Well, in the next month or maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks, you will see a big crash. And now, as I said, it's still looking great, but the point is negative. It's negative. Technically speaking, I cannot be bullish, very bullish on Bitcoin as long as the volume is not following the price. I will be super bullish if I can see Bitcoin testing the previous high. I mean, this high. I will be super bullish based on the Regen if I see Bitcoin testing the previous high here with volume. I mean, that means green here, green, healthy, right? That is okay. Yeah, it's a breakout. I think that is the reason, the biggest reason why Bitcoin is not breaking at once $60,000. You want to see why? Well, when you see Bitcoin at the, here, $20,000, the volume where Bitcoin was trending hard. That's why broke Bitcoin $20,000 like nothing. Also, technically speaking, $20,000 was not the resistance. The resistance was $17,000 actually. Yep. Now let's talk about a little bit more. Like let's check monthly chart. Monthly chart is not looking very great. It's not looking healthy. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be very transparent with this. Bitcoin lose momentum. The volume, since this move here, is not following. The volume is not following the price in this move based on this using this indicator. So I would say if Bitcoin goes to is going to the upside, yes, nice, but the crash is going to be imminent. I want to see Bitcoin doing this and also the price doing this. Yeah. So if I change the settings here, remember I showed you before. We have bear divergences here, yeah, in using the default settings. So based on this, and in the moment when we see in 25 here, I would say in 25, maybe next year. One moment. Yeah, the momentum is still going to the upside. That is nice, but in the next month, if we see the slope getting negative and blue, that means Bitcoin is not breaking. Actually, $60,000 is breaking down. Well, other divergences are now in monthly. So yeah, this is like something I want to show you. Of course, we have the same signature here. We have monthly bear divergences here in Regen as well. So that means all this pump in general, the volume is not following Bitcoin. I mean, don't get me wrong. Not because the volume is not following, that means the price is not going to the upside. Of course, it will do it, but that is telling me like the reversal will come. When the reversal happens, it's gonna be super bad. Okay, so I think I finished my explanation about Ryujin. Now you have any questions, just send me a message or comments. Something else about this. Let me see if I am missing something. Oh yeah, let's talk about the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. It's simple. We have here hidden bearish divergences here. Of course, Bitcoin is gonna in the next 4 hours is gonna confirm crossing the zero line here. So full reaction. Maybe I'm expecting another test to maybe 60,000 level, $61,000 and 60,500 around here, this area. Okay, so the volume is increasing. Yes, is following. Of course, you can see here bullish divergences here. Bullish. That's why Bitcoin is going to the upside right now. Yes, but it's not the time frame I'm looking for. I am looking for 12 hours to start thinking to see the next big move of Bitcoin. Yeah, one thing here, because I was watching some YouTubers. Sometimes I like to watch what other people are thinking. Some people, they are doing something like this. Also, the triangle, because we are bullish, because in the context of the bull market, the next target is $70,000. Using classical technical analysis. Even there are some more crazy people, they are doing this. And they do this. And they said, no, the next target is 83. Well, because I know, maybe this time I'm wrong, because I know many people, they are watching this as bullish pattern, because in the context of the upside, you know what? I am expecting Bitcoin is gonna test the new low first, and after that is going to the upside, killing all the new longs are buying right now here because they are bullish, right? So as you can see, I am playing right now. My position right now is against to the sentiment, and also that there are some indicators are telling me I need to be ready for the pullback. Okay, I think I finished my technical analysis for Bitcoin and this week. Let me see if I can see something else. 2 weeks chart. No. The one concerning in 2 week chart is this one. Bear divergences here, of course. Bitcoin is not following the price. Sorry, the volume is not following Bitcoin. Okay. I think I have 2 minutes left. Let me see Ethereum. Ethereum is the second one, so I want to see Ethereum how it's doing. Okay, weekly chart. Okay, Ethereum even is worse. And the reason for this is this one. Look at this. Here is very obvious, the signature, right? We have bear divergences here. And we have a new high here. Other bear divergences, triple bear divergences here. So next week, in the next 12 hours, we will see the test of the ME, the exponential here. And usually we will see in the first pass rejection, something like this. Something like this. Something like this. Usually it's like that. So it's not the thing I am looking for right now. Also, we have in 1 day chart, we have this massive bear divergence forming. Of course, not confirmed. Not confirmed. And the volume, again, pay attention. We have this, and the volume is not following the price. Is not following the price. Okay. Also, 12 hour is worse actually. Look at this. This is just, for me, it's looking just manipulation. Something like this, just go straight. And look at this. The volume is telling me be careful. Actually, based on this, if I am right now on Ethereum, I will just take from my profits and that's it, because this is not healthy. Last time when we saw something like this, let me see if I have an example. I would say something like this. Yes, maybe like this, because it's something like this. Yeah, I think next week we are gonna see finally the resolution of the sideways, the choppy market. Okay, so Bitcoin, let me see, Bitcoin for our, yeah. Okay, yeah, I finished. So in short term, you're looking for short term. Just the last thing here, first of all, we are in sideways. Second thing is we have a clear top and bottom of the range, right? We have here, this is the top, and this one is the bottom. So based on this, I'm expecting auto test to maybe $60,000, $61,000 around here. I think the next 12 hours we see this close with hiding various divergences here, and from there, as I said, my PS for now is I am expecting a pullback to maybe $56,000 around here, killing all the longs, the bullish people around here to the upside, I would say. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you.